The janitor was beaten badly, left on the cold floor, his body aching, his pride crushed, yet he rose quietly, carrying a strength no one noticed. Daniel had cleaned this building for 12 years, always early, leaving late, invisible to those who passed by. That night, while taking out the trash, he was kicked, shoved, beaten by the boss's son and his friends. They left him sprawled on the floor, bleeding, but he did not cry out. Pain was nothing new, silence had always protected him. The next morning, he returned to work, moving through the halls unnoticed, enduring the same laughter, the same arrogance. Everything felt heavy, hopeless, and yet there was a quiet patience in him. Weeks passed, but he discovered something: hidden folders in the basement, thick files with red seals, records of transfers, accounts, names, sums far larger than anyone should see, and one name repeated: the boss's son. Fear gripped him, but he held the papers close. For the first time, the blows he had suffered seemed connected to something larger, and the quiet hope inside him flickered. He spent nights studying the documents, recording patterns in a notebook, hiding copies in books, in cracks, anywhere safe. His life became a rhythm of observation, cleaning, waiting, and planning, all under the surface of the building that ignored him. Patience became his shield, hope his compass, and Daniel understood that action, even from someone invisible, could be powerful. Daniel's days blurred together, yet each step through the building carried purpose. He moved quietly, cleaning offices, observing patterns, noting who went where and when. The boss and his son remained arrogant, untouchable in the eyes of others, yet Daniel held knowledge they could never predict. He studied the folders, the numbers, the dates, and slowly a plan formed. Each evening, he made copies, hid documents carefully, and recorded details in his notebook. Fear remained, but so did quiet determination. He noticed small things: the side entrances the son used, the nights when boxes were moved, the locked offices on Fridays, and stored each observation like a coin in a jar. One evening, he approached a woman in a small office, showed her the documents, and she listened without judgment. She instructed him to wait, promising that the truth would be followed, and for the first time, Daniel realized he was not alone in the fight. Patience became an ally, and hope, once fragile, now felt steady. He returned to cleaning, to invisible labor, while the power above him continued unaware, and each sweep of the mop, each push of the cart, was now a silent act of preparation, the calm before justice would arrive. The day of the transfer arrived quietly, the building humming as usual, yet Daniel felt the weight of what he carried. He moved through the halls, cleaning, observing, noting every detail. The boss and his son passed by, unaware, their power unchallenged to all eyes but his. Daniel felt small, helpless, but his hope was steady, flickering like a hidden candle. During lunch, he saw the woman with the leaflets about charity events, smiling at strangers, unaware that Daniel held evidence of lies hidden behind the same logos. The contrast made his chest ache, but he held on to patience. Each night he reviewed the documents, mapped the patterns, hid copies, always careful, always waiting. Fear lingered like a shadow, but he was learning that silence and observation could be stronger than anger. Then came the moment. Officers in black vans arrived, moving swiftly through the building. Daniel watched silently as those who had seemed untouchable, the boss and his son, were confronted. His heart raced, but not with fear. This was the quiet payoff of months of patience, planning, and unseen effort. For once, the building felt less oppressive, as if it, too, acknowledged the truth unfolding quietly within its walls. The sirens filled the building, black vans and officers moving with purpose, and Daniel watched silently as the boss and his son were escorted away, their arrogance gone, their power stripped. No speeches, no fanfare, just quiet justice arriving, as it often does. Daniel returned to his cleaning, hands trembling, heart lighter, knowing that even a man unseen by most could change the course of things. Days passed, the building felt different, quieter, more attentive, as if it too had learned to listen. Sadness ebbed, helplessness found its voice, hope continued, and patience had finally moved forward. Daniel understood that justice doesn't always roar, sometimes it comes as doors opening, as accountability, as truth revealed quietly. He remained the janitor, yet his world had shifted. Life continued, floors still needed cleaning, people still passed by, unaware of his role, but Daniel carried a silent pride. He had acted when no one expected it, had waited when impatience could have ruined everything, And now, in the calm rhythm of everyday life, he finally felt the quiet power of a justice long overdue.